Hi everybody, welcome back. I'm going to start this video by saying I am absolutely not sponsored by HelloFresh. I have just wanted to film a montage for a while and I figured it might as well be a useful one, so here we are. Today's video is going to be about how good is a food subscription box for people with allergies. If you're new here, my name is Max, I'm allergic to cold and I'm also allergic to a bunch of foods. I also have chronic illnesses that affect how I can prepare food. I have purchased one box of HelloFresh. It costs £20 and it's £20 a weekly subscription. And you get to pick your foods, pick your recipes, and then they deliver that food to you in a box. And it's all of the ingredients and then the recipes, and then you go and you cook and then you eat. So as somebody with food allergies, I wondered how suitable it would be for me. I picked the recipes. I picked them based on, I bought one that is very close to something I would normally eat, so it was like pasta and a sauce. And then I bought one that was interesting and foods and stuff that I definitely liked. It was similar kind of style but with slightly different foods. It was butternut squash steaks with butter bean mash and some other stuff. We'll get onto that in a minute. And then I picked one that was completely outside of anything I would ever normally eat. It was a vegetarian laksa. It was so good. My god, it had peppers in it and it had like noodles. It was like a soupy based thing. It was beautiful. The food side of it, like the recipe side, was absolutely amazing. I think this can apply to the other food subscription brands, but I am basing this on HelloFresh because that's the only one I've eaten. So yeah, let's dive into it. Value for money. It is no secret that I am very poor right now. I don't have a lot of money and £20 a week for food is way more than I would normally spend, and that would buy me the entire week's worth of food, whereas this box it was three meals for 2 people, so that was like dinner for 6 nights if I kept leftovers. Objectively it is good value for money because you're getting fresh ingredients in my budget. If you're surviving on really not very much money, it isn't the best value for money. But if you have a job and are earning more than 6 grand a year, if I was earning more money I would totally do this because it's challenging me to eat foods that I wouldn't normally eat, and you're getting really nice quality ingredients. It's not like the value, like the home brand value range stuff. This is like proper good. Is it good for those with chronic pain, chronic illness, spoonies, all of that? Yes and no. With the butternut squash steaks, I had to cut the butternut squash myself and I nearly lost fingers. It hurt a lot. I sprained my wrist. All of these are like little problems. Like my body is delicate, and for people who have a bit more robust joints, probably fine. But for me, I did struggle with the physical preparing of it, so that is something to consider. And I did definitely need to have the spoons to cook because they weren't all just like quick throw it all in a pan. Some of them had steps. If I was to order it again, I would look at the recipes a little bit more in depth, whereas this time I just looked at what they were and a little quick glance at the ingredients and I just went, yep, cool. More on the food allergy side of it, It is very good because you get all of the ingredients separately, or almost all of them. So it's not like ready packed stuff that all you have to do is stick in the oven. So if there's like one thing that you can't eat, the entire meal isn't ruined. You are still wasting food, but you're wasting less food. So I live with 3 other people, and anything that I couldn't eat from the box was offered to them. So it wasn't wasted food completely, but it was food that I was paying for that I wasn't eating. But I don't mind other people eating that for free because I am a feeder. You can omit anything that you're allergic to, anything that you don't like. If you are following the FODMAP diet, you can omit anything there, but the more you omit, the less value for money that you're getting, if that makes sense. That being said, if you are following the FODMAP diet, this might not be the solution for you, just because a lot of the recipes had high FODMAP things in them, and they were kind of a necessary part of the meal. And again, you could swap them out, but you'd be swapping a lot of things out, so that's kind of not the point of the box. Everything had ingredients on it. So there was like spice blends, there was, one of them had creme fraiche, which I'll talk about in a second, and they all had like ingredients on them. Anything that wasn't just one thing, like a butternut squash or a potato. It was fully listed, and it was great. It's very good for leftovers. They weren't kidding when they said, oh yeah, you can get for 2 people and you will actually get 2 people's worth of food out of it. It was good and it kept well. I think the only one that didn't have leftovers was the butternut squash steaks. I demolished it all in one sitting, which is very rare for me because I get bloated so easily. But it was so tasty. Another good side of it is that you are controlling the quantities. So with the laksa, there was supposed to be mushrooms in it. I'm not really a mushroom fan, but I decided that in the spirit of trying new things, I would include the mushrooms. But I didn't put all of them in there. You don't have to put all of the spice in it if you don't like spicy food. You don't have to put all the mushrooms in if you don't like mushrooms that much. The ingredients that you get, they are not guaranteed to stay in date for the entire week. So with the creme fraiche that I mentioned, that bit was completely omitted from my meal because I wanted to eat that one at the end of the week because my energy for the first part of the week was just so low that I didn't have the physical ability to prepare the butternut squash. So I put it off and I put it off, but the creme fraiche went out of date in like the first 3 days. And there was no control in that because I'm not selecting the ingredients, they are selected for me. So there is a time constraint on some of the meals, and if you don't always have the spoons to cook and prepare food, that's more wasted food. This isn't really to do with the box, this is to do with the app. So on a particular day of the week, I think it was a Wednesday, you had to select your recipes for the next week by that time. I clicked vegetarian and nothing really happened. The recipes that were shown to me still contained meat, and they weren't last, they were just kind of slotted in with the vegetarian stuff. So there was a couple of times I was like, oh, this sounds really nice, and I was like, oh, it's got meat in it. There is definitely a chance that you could accidentally order a meat dish by accident, and it wasn't clear whether they were including that because they then included meat substitute, or whether you would have to do that yourself and then you're paying for meat and contributing to that industry but then also not using the meat, and that is more food waste. Which also leads me on to my next downside, which is some of the meals have an extra cost. If you are paying more for something and then you're going to not be able to eat the more expensive ingredient, that's really not good value for money, especially if you didn't mean to order a meat dish. If you're having to omit a lot of foods, it doesn't really balance out, but you know, you do you. Overall, it was a really good experience. If I could afford to, I would probably continue doing it. I don't think I would do it every week. That's just a lot of money for not that much food, but it is good overall. I really enjoyed the food. I would definitely pay less for just the recipes, and then I could go out and get the food for a much more affordable price with better dates on it, and I can buy things that I'm not going to be allergic to, hopefully. Would I recommend it for somebody with food allergies? yes, if you have the time to go through all of the recipes and pick ones that you're not going to be omitting a lot of food out of, or you don't mind omitting lots of food, or if you have the money to do that and buy replacements, I think it's definitely worth a go. I'm glad I tried it and I'm glad I still have the recipes, but I probably won't continue with it in the future. Would I recommend it for chronically ill people? Again, not really sure, because there is no option to have pre-packaged, pre-chopped things for if you really can't prepare stuff yourself. So like a butternut squash, if they just said, do you need it sliced? Yes I do. It was dangerous. I didn't film that part, but it was good overall. But I think that they have not tailored it very well to chronically ill vegetarians with lots of food allergies. I hoped you have enjoyed the montage part of it. Will I do another one? I don't know, but since starting filming things, I have been experimenting with styles and lighting and places to sit and types of videos, so I've wanted to do that for a while, and yeah, let me know what you think, and should I do more, because I like experimenting with things while I have the time to do so. Don't forget to like this video, especially if there's anything I've said that has helped you. Drop me a comment for, do you have any thoughts on this? Share with your friends who might be thinking of trying a food subscription box. Subscribe to my channel for more allergy related content, as well as chronic illness, hearing loss, cat stuff, wheelchair stuff, gay stuff, trans stuff, maybe some Cornish stuff if you like. I vaguely remember promising you some wheelchair basketball stuff, so I'll get working on that. And ring the bell so you get notified every single time I post a video. Videos go up every Saturday at 6 PM with at least one bonus video every single month. See ya!